To all. So welcome to our English class, class 10th. In the previous class we have discussed about the first lesson, that is a wrong man in workers paradise. I hope you all understood the lesson. Now if you have the textbook, go through page number, in the page number 5th page number comprehension questions are there. We will provide you all the question answers PDF. Then let us go for the grammar part, page number 8. If you have the textbook, you can go through the textbook. Vocabulary exercise, 4th main vocabulary exercise, that is antonyms. Here you can see antonyms. Antonyms means opposite words, we can see. Previously they have given, you can make use of the following points. First one is art of the sake of art, art for making money. Okay, sorry, this is previous one. Let us discuss about the antonyms. You all know that antonyms means opposite words. The first one is fill in the blanks with the antonyms of the words underlined. Some of the words are being underlined here. In each and every sentence there is an underlined word. You observe these words. Then what they are going to ask here, you have to write the opposite of these underlined words. You have to write the opposite words, the antonyms of these underlined words. Let us see first one. The people utilize every minute of their life. Here, the people utilize every minute of their life, whereas the man dash his time. People utilize means using. We are going to use our every minute of our time which are provided in our life. Then just you think, what is the opposite of this? Utilize. What is the opposite of this? Utilize. The opposite word of utilize is wasted. The opposite word of, see, the people utilize every minute of their life, whereas the man wasted his time. So many people utilize their every minute, but here the man wasted his time. That is, the opposite of utilize is wasted. Like that, we will go for the second one, that is the busy. Here the underlined word is busy. The busy farmers laugh at the dash artist. The busy farmers laugh at the dash artist. Here we have to write the opposite word of busy. Then just you think, what is the opposite word of busy? We can say busy means always busy in their work or in their movement, we can say. So the opposite word of busy is idle. The opposite word of busy is idle means sitting like a statue. Busy means working every time. Idle means sitting like a statue. The opposite word of busy is idle. Then go for the third one. Some students always work hard. Some students always work hard, but many dash do so. Some students always work hard. Here we have to write the opposite word of always. Always means yavaglu anta helthivi ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. Some students always work hard. Some students always ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ತನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Always work hard. But many dash do so. You can just think yourself, what is the opposite of always. Let us see the always. The opposite of always is seldom. Here I will write seldom, never. We can use seldom, never and rarely. Both the meanings are, all the three meanings are same. Seldom means kabhi kabhi, we can say in Hindi. Never and rarely. Always, he is going to work hard always. But many students, they work seldom, they work never, they work rarely. These three words are same. They give the same meaning. You may write the opposite of always, that is seldom or never. Don't be confused. It is right. If you write seldom also, that is the answer is right. Then if you write never also, that's also right. Then if you write rarely also, that's also right. So we will go for the next one. Fourth one. Every individual must have confidence. I hope you all know the meaning of the confidence. Every individual. They are telling that every individual must have confidence in his abilities. Now, we may have any ability. We have the good writing ability, good speaking ability, then good painting ability we have. That means every individual must have confidence in his abilities. If I am writing the answer means I must be confident in my ability, in my answer, whatever I am going to write here. I must be confident in myself. That is the confidence we can say. Every individual must have confidence in his abilities. What they are asking here, they are asking the opposite word of the confidence. However, we notice dash in many individuals. Some students say that it may be the students or it may be any human being, they didn't have the confidence. So for that, which word we are going to use here? The opposite of confidence. What we are going to use here? The opposite of confidence. The opposite of confidence is diffidence, we can say. Opposite of confidence is diffidence. D-E-F-F-I-D-E-N-C-E. The opposite of confidence is, that is diffidence. What they have asked? However, we notice diffidence in many individuals. Every individual must have confidence. Whatever we are doing, we must have confidence in that. But however, we notice diffidence in many individuals. Means diffidence is nothing but they don't have the confidence in their abilities. It may be any ability. I have told you so many examples. It may be writing, reading, speaking, any ability. They must have confidence. But some, however, we notice diffidence in many individuals. Many individuals, they didn't have the confidence. So the opposite of confidence is, we can write here, the opposite of confidence is diffidence. Then last one, the workers thought that the artist was worthless. The workers thought that the artist was, who is the artist here? The artist was the wrong man in workers' paradise. Who is the artist here? A wrong man in workers' paradise. The workers, those who are present in the workers' paradise, they thought that the artist, who is artist going to be called here? Artist is wrong man in workers' paradise. Artist was worthless. Worthless means useless, we can say. He used to do useless works. The girl of the silent torrent, already you have learnt. The girl of the silent torrent considered him. Here him refers to, considered him. Who is him here? Artist. Considered him, artist. Artist is nothing but the wrong man in workers' paradise. Everyone considered that the artist is worthless. Everyone considered that he is not able to do any work. But the girl of the silent torrent The girl of the silent torrent considered him. Him refers to the wrong man in Workers' Paradise. Considered him. So we have to write here the opposite of worthless. So just you imagine what is the opposite of worthless. We are going to write here the opposite of worthless is worthy. W-O-R-T-H-Y. The opposite of worthless is worthy. Let us repeat once again. The workers thought that the artist refers to here the wrong man in Workers' Paradise. The artist was worthless. The girl of the silent torrent considered him. Him refers to the wrong man in Workers' Paradise. Considered him. The opposite of worthless is worthy. So here in this fourth bit we discussed about the antonyms. I told you antonyms meaning is opposite words. So we will go for the next exercise, that is fifth one. The fifth one is language activities. In that they have given the option A, that is language activities means dictionary work. For this you have to go for the dictionary and you have to search the meaning of the given word. Some of the words are given in your textbook. If you have the textbook, you go through your textbook. I will read out what we have to do in the next exercise. Work in pairs and find out the meaning of the following phrasal verbs in a dictionary. If possible, you try yourself. I am doing here, but if possible, take a dictionary and try to do yourself. Try to find out the meaning of those words, and after that you write one sentence of that meaning. Following phrasal verbs in a dictionary, use them in sentences of your own. Now I will write all the meanings of these words, meanings of these phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs mean they are somewhat different from the common words we can say. They have the specific meaning. They have the specific meaning. I will write all the meaning of these phrasal verbs and you write the sentence each from taking each word as a sentence. First one, run away. The first one is, the first word is run away. The meaning of the runaway is win easily. The meaning of the word runaway is win easily. The first word they have given is runaway. The meaning of the word runaway is win easily. The next word is run down. In commonly we say that run down means running downwards, but the meaning of the run down is knock down with a vehicle. Knock down with a vehicle. The meaning of the run down is knock down with a vehicle. Then go for the next word, that is run into. Run into means meet by chance. Run into, the meaning of the word run into is meet by chance. Means we can say coincidentally we are going to meet somewhere. If after a long time, if our friend meet in a marriage or in any hotel, that is the meaning is that is called as run into, meet by chance. We don't know that he is going to meet in that situation or in that program. That is run into, meet, by chance. The next word is run out. The meaning of the word run out is use up or be used up. Use up or be used up. Run out. The meaning of the word run out is use up or be used up. Then run around. Run around means, the meaning of the word run around is search, we can say. Then next, go about. The meaning of the phrasal verb, that is go about. Go about is begin. Begin means we can start. Begin or carry on work. Begin or carry on work. The next word, that is go away. Go away means vanish. You know the meaning of the vanish. Vanish means we can say disappear also. The next word, go ahead. The meaning of the word go ahead is permission to proceed. Permission to proceed. Permission to proceed. Permission to proceed means permission to start any other work, we can say. The next word is go through. For example, we will say that go through your book. All of you go through your book. The meaning of the word is go through means experience. Experience. Next, go along. Go along means agree to. Go along means agree to. Then next word, is go into. Go into means investigate or inquire into. Investigate or inquire into means making investigation about anything. Next, take about means surprise, we can say. The meaning of the word take about is surprise. Then take on. Take on means remove. The next word, take over. Take over means undertake, we can say. Take over means undertake, we can say. So here the meaning of go into is investigate or inquire into. The next one is take aback. We use here take off word. Take aback means surprise. Then one more word is take off. The meaning of the word take off is remove, we can say. The meaning of the word take off is remove. Next word is take on. Take on means undertake. The last one is take over means assume or control, we can say. Then next we come to, that is the page number 13. If you have the textbook means go through the textbook. Page number 13, that is grammar revisited. Here which grammar they have given? They have given the articles. Articles, that is you have learned in the previous class. In 8th and 9th you have already learnt the articles. Just I will give you little bit introduction about the articles. Which are the articles here? A, and the. A, and the. The is called as definite article. You know this one. And a and an is called as indefinite article. Indefinite article. Two types of articles we have seen in the previous class. That is in the 8th class you have studied, and in the 9th class also you have studied. We have the three articles, that is a, and the. The is going to be called as the definite article, and a and an is called as the indefinite article. Now the question arises where we have to use this a, and the. The is definite article, where we have to use definite article, and where we have to use a and an. I think you have learned it in the previous class. Just a little bit I will explain here about the articles. A is used before the consonants. A is used before the consonants. An is used before the vowels, which are going to be called as the vowel. A, E, I, O and U. A, E, I, O, U. These five are going to be called as the vowels in English. A is used before the consonant and an is used before the vowels. Then the, where the must be used? The is going to be called as a definite article. That is the name of the holy books, or the name of the newspaper, the name of the mountains, the name of the peaks, the name of the snow, we can say the name of the values. Here this it is to be assumed as a definite. There we are going to use that is our definite article, that is the. It is you have learned in the previous class. So we know that A, E, I, O, U are there. These five are the vowels. Then before the vowel, we are going to use an article. So one thing is there, if we have the vowel sound, vowel sound means it may be A sound, or it may be E sound, or it may be I sound, or it may be O sound, or it may be U sound. If there is a consonant but vowel sound is there, means there we have to use, that is an. There we have to use an, because the word is started with the vowel sound. That is the reason there we have to use an. There may be a consonant, but that is a vowel sound. Then next, after this, you should first see that if there is any vowel sound is there. For example, university. For example, university is there. Consonant sounds you have to observe first, whether it is a vowel sound or it is a consonant sound. University is there, but here you have used U. U is prescribed as the vowel. According to our rules, what you have to do before the vowel, you have to use an. Before the vowel, you have to use an. But this is wrong, because here what we are going to pronounce, what is the sound here? University means Y-O-U sound is there. Y-O-U sound is there. Y is a consonant. It's not a vowel, it's a consonant. That is the reason before the university, an is not going to be used, a is to be used, because it is a consonant sound. This you should keep in your mind. This is very, very important. They will give, in the examination point of view, they will give these five sounds, articles we can say. If see, U is there, but there is a consonant sound. That is the reason we are going to use A, not an. This is a simple example we can say. Then, next one is Before the abbreviations, the one thing you have to keep in your mind, before the abbreviations. What is called abbreviation? That is short forms. MBBS, NCC. In your textbook they have given so many examples. Then MCA, all this BA, BSc, all these are called as abbreviations. Before the abbreviations, you should not see whether there is article, whether there is a vowel or consonant. You should not see that. Before the abbreviation, we have to use and, not a or not the. Before the abbreviation, you have to use and. So let us go through in your textbook. They have given page number. If you have the textbook, you can see the page number 13. That is what they have given. Fill in the blanks with a or an. Fill in the blanks with a or an. Only they have given two articles, a or an. You have to fill up the gaps with a or an. Just to see, let us just see what they have given in the first example. His long nose gives him dash unique feature. His long nose gives him dash unique feature. As already I have told you, now only unique here U is used as a vowel. U is a vowel, but here you should not use. If there is vowel means suddenly the thing comes in your mind. If there is a vowel means we are going to say that an is to be used, but that is completely wrong. You should not use an here a, because there is a sound of unique means there is a sound of y-o-u. There is a sound of y-o-u. Y is not a vowel. This is a consonant. That is the reason here we are not going to be used and here it should be used a. This is very important. Keep in your mind. Then go for the second example. Looking at him, I thought. Looking at him, I thought that he must be dash European. Looking at him, I thought that he must be European. Then which article is to be used here? A or an? Same here. E is there. A, E, I, O, U. E is there means you have to use an. Is it right? An is right. Just you have to go through the sound of European. Here also vowel sound is there. Sorry, consonant sound is there. E is a vowel, but there is a consonant sound. Here also same thing. We are going to use a here. Then let's go for the third example. I met him dash year ago. I met him dash year ago. Here y is a consonant, so we are going to use a. There is no confusion in the third example. Then go for next one. Walk fast. You are dash young person, not dash old man. Here two blanks they have given. That is walk fast. You are dash young person. Young person means y is a vowel or consonant? It's a consonant. Then not old person. Old means O is a vowel. Here we have to use young person means you are a young person, not an old person, because this is a O is a vowel and Y is a consonant. Then go for the fifth example. It was dash unanimous decision. It was dash unanimous decision. Again, U as a vowel, but here the sound is Y-O-U. They have given many examples of this U. Unanimous decision means here again the sound is Y-O-U. That is Y is a consonant. That's the reason we are going to be used as a article used as a there. The next sixth. Go for the next example, that is sixth example. Ivanhoe is dash his dash historical novel. Ivanhoe is dash historical novel. Historical, there is no confusion. H means you have to use, H is vowel or consonant? It's a consonant. Then we have to use A. Then next, seventh one, we had dash hour of English. Again one confusion question they ask. Example they ask, we had, so what we are going to pronounce for this? H-O-U-R, hour or hour? It is to be pronounced as hour, not hour. It is to be pronounced as hour. That is the reason, because of the pronunciation, it is a H is there. H is consonant. If H is there means we are going to write A there. But that is not possible here. There is a vowel sound. That is the reason, and to be used in this example. We had an hour of English. Then next we come for the eighth example. That is modesty is dash. Modesty is dash womanly grace. W is there. You all know that W means, W is a consonant. So you have to use A there. The next, that is ninth one. The cyclope was dash one-eyed monster. The cyclope had, he is a three-eyed man. In his forehead he had one more eye. That is the cyclope was one-eyed man. The ninth one, the cyclope was dash one-eyed. O-N-E, one-eyed man is there. Here O is there. According to our rules, O means we have to use an, but one, B-A-N, one. The consonant is going to there. One means B-A-N. Here B is not a vowel, it's a consonant. That is the reason. Instead of an, we are going to use here because the cyclope was a one-eyed monster. The cyclope was one-eyed monster. Then next to go for the next example, that is 10th one. My sister is dash MA in English. My sister is dash MA in English. MA, what we have seen here, if any abbreviation is there means before that abbreviation we have to use and. Satish was dash NCC cadet. Satish was dash NCC cadet. NCC, this is also one of the abbreviation. NCC means National Credit Course. This NCC is one of the abbreviation. Before the abbreviation, what we have to use? Before the abbreviation, we have to use and. The next, last, 12th one. On his doctor's advice, he had dash X-ray taken. On his doctor's advice, he had dash X-ray taken. X-ray, is it abbreviation? Yes, it is also one of the abbreviation. That is the reason we are going to use here and. Then 14th one, this doctor is dash FRCA. This doctor is dash FRCA. Again, in the 13th one, they have used abbreviation. So before the abbreviation, N is to be used. So 13th one is also N. Then 14th one, my name begins with H. My name begins with H. H means, H is going to be silent there. O is used or any vowel is used mean here. 14th one also and. Then 15th one, it surely was dash historical event. 15th one, it surely was dash historical event. Historical event, there is no confusion. H means we have to use consonant. Consonant means A. So these are all the articles which are given in the exercise. The next exercise, B exercise, that is also fill in the blanks with a, an, or the. Here we have used only two articles, that is a, or, and. In the next class we are going to use a, an, and the. So if you have the textbook means please try which articles are going to be filled. Let us next exercise we are going to discuss in the next class. Thank you.